start streaming. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the replay. So excited. This is a totally brand new, everything's new about the live streaming setup today. I'm just so incredibly excited. So just give us a second while we get everything set up. Normally it takes us a minute to get all the social medias and all the widgets going, and we'll get started here in just a minute. Takes a second because, yep, no, unmuted. We'll unmute it. Let's unmute it a little bit. There we go. Andrew, Harry, welcome to the live stream. Very excited to see you guys. Mark, How to Lucas Gaming, welcome. Jeremiah, nice to see you guys. We'll get started here in just a second. So you've got the Everyday Dad is on. I've got the Everyday Wife.
Hey, everybody.
And we are ready to get going. Jeff, I see you. Get out the house, go fish. Zion, Spy, Ace, Yusef. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Like I said, we'll get started here in just a second. So if you're new, if this is your first time joining us for the live stream, I'm again all hopped up on caffeine. But what we normally do, I've got some things that I want to talk about. We'll go through them, and then we will end with a Q&A session. Hopefully everything works out because this is all brand new. I built this whole thing from the ground up since last week's live stream was so terrible with that terrible webcam. That webcam was awful.
Terrible.
And terrible. So this is all brand new. We're actually streaming on a real camera to real audio with a real background, and it's amazing. So let's go ahead and get started. What's up, Bill? How to Lucas? Bill, of course, I still. Hey, whoa, Bill, Utah. Hold on. Where did I see him?
He's here. He said, still got that thing in your ear?
Of course, I still got that thing in my ear. Hold on, there we go. At Bill, Utah, we gotta put you to work. You're a moderator. Get to working.
Hope that's okay.
Okay. So first up, like I was saying, we've got a brand new setup. You guys will have to let us know a little bit as we're going on with the live stream today if everything's working out. It should be much, much better quality. Like I said, we're streaming from an actual camera. This thing is all crazy. I'll take a picture of this at some point because it's nuts. So I won't be able to scroll through the chat personally because nothing's in front of me. I've got all this room for activities. So if you do have a question that's really pressing, we'll do a Q&A at the end, but you can always send a message to @WonderWife. She is the Everyday Wife. She's here helping me check out the chat. Or if you really just want to pop straight to the top of the live streaming list, you can always donate a super chat, and we will comment on your chat, question, comment, or just I would say jingle, but I'm not a very good singer.
I'm not volunteering that service.
I don't know. I think we could volunteer that service for the Everyday Wife.
For like karaoke, I'm like karaoke good. I'm not like worth someone paying money for
You'd have to like because we can't use any copyrighted music, so you couldn't really karaoke, but you'd have to like
sing my own song.
I'd have to beatbox, and I'm not a very good beatboxer. Okay. I guess I've never actually tried beatboxing before.
Look, we didn't try this out or anything. There's no script to this. That would be totally improv.
It would be hilarious. But so yeah, we have not yet. This is we did a test run earlier, but we haven't done a sustained thing on this yet. So if anything breaks, just let us know in the comments because we'll be doing I've got some spare batteries in case things run out of power. We're all ready to do some. Hopefully, it doesn't fall apart. But up next for things to talk about. So we talked about the new setup. I hope it's great because it has taken an awful lot of work to get this going. But Ken Heron, if you were here at the live stream yesterday or if you follow the drone community very much, Ken Heron's still in the hospital. I'm not actually sure if the GoFundMe for him is still open. However, in the comments below or in the description below, I have a link to his GoFundMe if it's still open. Ken Heron, great guy. He's one of the pillars of the YouTube drone community. And if you have a second, you could donate. If it's still open, I'd really appreciate it. Oh, I see Stan Cook here too. Hold on, I got to put Stan to work too, Stan. I got to put. Okay, Stan Cook, now you got to put you to work too. I haven't missed you guys. I've been trying to to snag you as I see you in the live streams, because setting somebody as a moderator when it's not on the during a live stream is just such a pain, and I haven't done it. But yeah, so if you do not know Ken Heron, please just shooting him a message. Like, he's such a great guy. We talked about it last week. I'll probably mention it again before we get to the end of the live stream, but he was in Ken Heron was in a car accident a few weeks ago. He's in the hospital. Was not sustained in a, what's the word I'm looking for? Stable. He's in a stable condition. Might have to have surgery. He's okay. His dog's okay, and his drone's okay. But he's away from his house, and he's away from his normal home of residence. So, and if you could just shoot him a note saying, "Hey Ken, you're doing great. We're glad to see that you're okay." That would be awesome too.
Yeah, I need.
Okay, thanks, Jeff. And Jeff Baker. So Jeff Baker is definitely he's been going out there and helping out Ken. So if you have anything you want to say to Ken, you can just say it to Jeff, and Jeff will probably head it. Not to put you on the spot, Jeff, but Jeff has been helping out a lot. Okay, so we'll do a couple of news. I've got some news things in the drone community that I want to talk about that I thought was pretty interesting. I don't do a lot of news stuff on the live stream. I like the live stream to be more of an interactive back and forth. But there were a couple stories that I thought were amazing. So, well, not amazing, because this first one kind of sucks. GoPro, me and GoPro, me and my love-hate relationship with GoPro. Well, GoPro, the company, is actually laying off hundreds of people from their drone division. So GoPro Karma might be the last iteration we ever see of that, because that stinks. I mean, was it a good drone? I guess I've never personally used it, but from what I've seen, it doesn't look like a very good one. But it stinks when people lose their jobs, especially because, like I've said before, is GoPro on top of the world like it used to be? No. But they are. I want GoPro to succeed, so them laying off their workforce kind of sucks. Oh yeah, sorry. So when I look to my right, that's when I'm looking at the stream now. But 8,500 subscribers really soon. That's pretty nuts. The last week has been really, really good to the channel. That we definitely have the Everyday Wife ready to.
Oh, we do?
Yes, I do.
You have nothing yet.
What?
You have a little fund going, but you don't have any. There's no equipment here.
Well, so funny you say that. Now that my equipment for the old stuff is gone, I now have a full setup of live streaming gear ready to go. I'm just saying there's a whole setup of gear ready to go.
What?
Whenever it happens. She's not paying attention.
No, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the chat.
We could just
Babe. No.
Oh.
Today's not the day.
Actually, I don't want to do that because the camera could actually fall. I don't want the camera to actually fall.
Look, they suffered through a live stream last week with a mediocre to less than ideal camera. Don't mess this one up.
Yeah, well, we're not gonna do that, but that's funny. Mark, I'm sorry. You can't see it, but the non-sponsor of every live stream. I can't.
You're ridiculous.
It doesn't work very well. I've also we went out and got pizza for dinner tonight, and I had plenty of soda there too. So I am all hopped up on caffeine.
Oh, nothing else?
Oh, well, no, that was a while ago. Mm-hmm. That was a while. I mean, okay, so I'm not a big drinker, but there were some spirits imbibed a few hours ago.
You're a little hopped up on haps.
A little bit.
A little happy.
A little bit.
Celebrate. It's the weekend.
Jeff Baker. Thank you so much, Jeff Baker. Towards the At Wonder Wife Ring Light Fund, he's basically constructing it himself. There's no reason that the Everyday Wife is not going to have a ring light.
No.
Because of Jeff Baker.
Jeff Baker.
Thanks, Jeff.
Jeff Baker, it's a love-hate, mister.
I appreciate it, Jeff Baker. Whether she appreciates it or not, it's going to be awesome. It's good. She's going to have no excuses. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, man. Baker. What a guy.
Oh, I'm moving off. Okay, hold on. Which way do I gotta go? I want to make sure. Oh, there we go. There. Okay. Okay, this way. This way. Nope. Nope, this way. Okay, and we're back. Okay, so something else about drones this week that caught my attention is Amazon. You know, the people that own my life, apparently. How did life exist before Amazon Prime? I don't remember.
Oh, man. I don't know, since I think ours says, like, members since 2007 or something.
Yeah, like, forever. Like, Amazon Prime is basically how I live my life. Amazon was granted a permit, or a patent. Amazon was granted a patent for self-destructing drones. Like, I cannot wait to see the YouTube videos on that. Like, how do you, like, safely and, like, not blowing the drone up and, like, shattering it everywhere, do a self-destructing drone? That is nuts. That is funny. Like, I have no idea how they'd be able to do that, but it was so awesome. I was typing out, like, hey, what cool drone things are going on? And it was like, well, that's not cool. GoPro laying their stuff off. And then Amazon granted self-destructing drones. It's pretty. I'll leave I'll put it in the Twitter tonight. I'll leave a link to that in my Twitter so that you guys can see it. But it is funny. Yeah, Amazon wants to get into the. I've mentioned this on the live stream before that it really helps us out, us as drone hobbyists or drone professionals, because Amazon's a huge company. Google's a huge company. They all want to get into the drone space. Amazon for delivery. And they have the ability to lobby, whereas we, the everyday dad does not necessarily have the ability to lobby as much. So it's really awesome when I see them getting into the space, because if they can, I think we can get some, I don't want to say trickle-down rules, but like they figure out the rules and then we can benefit from it. I think that's the whole reason the conversation's going forward, instead of no drones ever. No drones, because drones are bad. Funny. That was supposed to be a...
Oh, ready? It's happening. It's happening.
That's our... We're still working on the sound box, but that's the closest we got. We actually got a soundboard, like a...
Yeah, like, I'm working on the execution of it. I just got it, and I hoped I pushed the right button, so at least it wasn't like the
that's one. Dropping knowledge bomb?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, so we're going to hit 10,000 subscribers here real quick, and the everyday wife is going to have to get on camera. Drop a knowledge bomb.
Oh, here it is. This one.
Did you even hear what I said?
No. You just said drop the bomb, and I was thinking, like, okay, which one is it?
Would you like to know what you just knowledge bombed?
No. What? No. Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I said we're gonna hit 10,000 subscribers here real quick, and everyday wife is gonna have to be on the channel real quick. Drop the knowledge bomb, and then you dropped it.
Okay, so how about this one? No, not that one. That's not it at all.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, I thought it was. But they're both musical, so I just, you know what, you guys, honestly, before this live stream started, I hit all the buttons one by one just to see, so I had no further knowledge about these buttons.
She is definitely she's the producer of this show. I'm just the one that stands in.
No.
Well, yeah, you're the one that makes it all happen. Like, you're the one commenting and doing all that stuff in the background, so that makes you the producer. I'm giving you producer credit.
Okay, well, I don't deserve it.
You don't?
No, I just show up.
Yeah, she absolutely deserves producer credit. Don't let her fool you. Anytime I have to do these by myself, it is terrible, because there's no way that I can talk to you guys, look at the chat and try to see like what's going on, and then like have any interaction. It's one or the other. And so I consider you my producer.
Oh. Not the boss?
Not the boss. But we talked about that last week. Not the boss. He did that. The everyday kid did that again today. John Ness, it is absolutely a Star Wars sweater. My other one got disgusting from playing Ultimate Football, but no big deal. I'm kind of a big Star Wars fan. Oh
yeah?
Yeah.
Give me some quotes from Star Wars that you like.
I'm not gonna. Like what?
Like, may the force be with you.
It's not May the 4th yet. That's a thing. May the 4th.
That's a nerd joke.
It's not a nerd joke.
That's like
it's,
Pi Day, isn't it?
I mean, not really.
You don't even know when Pi Day is.
March 14th?
That would be right.
Ha! I did kind of like, when she put me on the spot, I was like, Pi. 3, that's the 3.14 thing, right? Okay, we're getting off track. We're getting off track.
Neither of us are math majors, but good job,
Nope.
honey. Good
Not
job.
even close. Not even close. Okay, let me. We're definitely getting off. We're getting off track because we're so impressed that this is actually working. We spent so much time today, getting all this to work. So I think we're a little giddy with like actual being impressed. So next few weeks on the channel. Hold on. Where did I say? Next few weeks on the channel. So yesterday, I did the video of the DJI Spark. The battery charger. So that actually did not work out as well as I wanted it to because normally I release my videos at 12 p.m. Eastern. The video was garbage Thursday night, so I did not upload it then. So we actually ended up pushing it back to being released at 6 p.m. Eastern yesterday. And I really, really like that time better for a couple of reasons. One, I'm the everyday dad. You know, my target demographic is you guys. You know, most of us have jobs or we're in school if you're a school-age person. And I think having the videos released later in the day is a better way for the video release schedule because then I can interact much more with the comments with you guys in the videos because if I release them at 12 p.m., you know, I try to get like my 5-10 minutes of lunch I get a day to fit in all the comments or to respond. And I really like the thought of this 6 p.m. thing. So I think from now on, we'll still release Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and live stream on Saturday. But videos are going to be released at 6 p.m. Eastern from now on. I think that's a pretty good.
It sounds good to me.
Pretty good. Well, thank you, everyday
I
wife.
that change as the unofficial producer that you've just promoted me to.
Well, you're the live stream producer. You're my on-air producer.
Oh, okay.
If you want producer credits for the video, you need to learn some Final Cut Pro.
I have never even flown a drone. I don't even know how
You don't
to
need
do
to
any
do that.
of
I
the
need
stuff
you to figure out Final Cut Pro.
I have no idea about half the stuff you do.
Okay, we're about 20 minutes in. What are some questions? Do I got any questions or comments? We'll take a chat break. That's the best part.
Okay.
Oh, I hear Bill Rick saying somebody had to get a timeout. Don't get a timeout. Look, so if you're new to the live stream, the channel has, I've gotten more views in the last 48 hours than I think I've ever gotten in a 48-hour span. So there's a very possible chance that you're brand new here. That's awesome. I want new people to come. If you have a channel that you want me to check out, that's fine. You know, leave a link in the description or say, hey, I'm really excited about this. That's fine. I don't mind people sharing, but if you're gonna spam the chat, moderators are gonna. I got all that space. That's all the space I got to work with now.
You know what we need to do? We need to find you a Karate Kid shirt next.
So welcome all the new people, but please don't spam the chat. Don't spam the chat and don't do any hateful stuff. Like there was some guy last week or a couple of weeks ago, that was just totally rude. You'll be completely fine here if you don't spam the chat and don't be a jerk. Those are life lessons right there. Next time.
Here it is. Here it is. Ready?
Knowledge. Well, I was gonna do like an after school special, like previously on the Everyday Dad.
I'll have to have you show them the music or the sound machine.
Here, hand it to me.
I mean, you guys, it doesn't have words.
Hand it to me.
Here.
You could have just gotten on camera.
I could have, but why would I?
Okay,
that?
what I assume. Okay, this looks like a. Here, you guys can see that. This is our soundboard. Whoop, up. Okay, so we got. This sounds like applause. I was right. I applaud. I gotta round of applause myself.
Guess the next one and see if you're right.
Okay. I assume this is like a spring.
Okay. Now do a tricky one, like the bottom right corner. The bottom right corner.
What is the? Okay.
Show them what it looks like, and then take a guess.
Okay.
Bottom right corner.
Bottom right corner.
Which will be like bottom. No, it'll be right. It'll be.
Hold on, we gotta wait for
right.
bottom right. I don't. It looks like somebody talking. Is it somebody talking? Oh, you got me.
I told you it's hard to guess.
You got me.
It's hard to guess.
That I guess I could have guessed that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So I'm doing the best I can.
Hey, we appreciate executive producer, everyday wife. We appreciate that.
Aww.
Okay, but seriously, questions or comments? You got anything?
Bill Utah wants to know any news on the move.
No, we currently have no news on the move as of yet. I assume they're gonna tell me, and we'll know like with very little amount of time to react.
Let's see. What does the back of your sweatshirt look like? John Ness wants to know.
I don't know. What does it look like?
It looks like.
I seriously, I have no idea.
That's what it looks like from here, anyway.
Stan Cook says Apple may buy Netflix.
Really?
That would be nuts. I guess.
Man, talk about monopolies.
Well, I mean, yeah. How do I feel about that? I mean, we have Netflix, and obviously I'm an Apple fanboy because everything I own is now Apple. But I don't know. Netflix isn't doing terrible. I'm not a big. I don't know. I guess I don't watch it too much. I did watch Bright on Netflix over New Year's, like New Year's Eve. The everyday wife and I watched Bright. I thought it was pretty good. But my interest in Netflix goes like this because it used to be that there was a whole bunch of really great movies and shows on it, and then now everybody needs a live streaming platform that they want their own shows on. So I don't know. Most of our Netflix watching is, what is that, PJ Mask that the everyday kid watches, or what's that weird one? Canimals? He watches this show called Canimals.
Yeah.
He watches that weird one where it's like these animals that are cans. There's another really weird one.
Like, you guys, this is gonna be great. Kids are gonna eat this up. Canned animals.
He loves it though.
He loves it.
He loves it.
And we're the fools that pay to watch it.
I mean, we do. We really do.
Let's see.
Hope for Eric Colby asked for my hope in drones in 2018. I'm really hoping we get some kind of news out of CES that starts tomorrow. That maybe DJI is going to announce something new. I saw DJI has a booth there. Really kind of hoping. I guess, I don't know. When I think about what I really want out of a drone in this year, I think we're kind of at like a spot where drones are, I don't know how much you could improve them besides getting better. I mean, just like cell phones, like better, faster, stronger. Have we already like hit a plateau of like the physical design itself? Like the Phantom has basically been the same design since it released. The Spark, there's not much ways that you could improve the Spark. I mean, I think you could I guess you could reduce the noise if you could give them some low noise props, do better stuff with the video. The Mavic, I mean, I don't know like where they could physically go. And it would be awesome if they could do like some more obstacle avoidance stuff, if they could do better camera stuff, but hopes for drones, I mean, I don't know how much they can improve. The problem here's my issue when I ask for better cameras in a drone is I'm not very good with cameras. So I like a low ceiling of camera use because it makes it easier when it's not like, man, like like having a Phantom 4 Advanced or Pro, right? That camera's fantastic. And I'm still, as someone that's still trying to learn cameras, I feel like it's almost too much of a camera for me. Because like this is a Sony a6300 you're watching me on right now. And I feel like I'm just scratching the surface on it. But yeah, better cameras, I guess. Better flight time, quieter. I mean, I think you can only... I mean, heck, they're the ones that are professionals, like, making the drones. I'm just the guy that likes flying them around. So I think if they could design something new, that'd be great. But I think we're at a really good place right now. What do we got? Yeah, Bill Utah, if the Spark could do 2.7K and different frame rates, it would be really hard to... It would be fantastic. I think it would destroy the Phantom 3 sales. There'd be no reason to buy Phantom 3, period. But what else?
Hey Stan, I started watching The Crown. It's on Netflix. But because I'm old, I fell asleep. But I've heard great things about it, so I'll have to check it out again. It's a
You're
show
not
that's on
old.
Netflix.
What? Okay. Here's the problem with the new setup. Here's an already
You got caught.
Here's already a comment on the new setup. It used to be that the camera was facing over here, so I could do like funny things looking at you guys that the everyday wife might not notice. But now, here's the camera, here's her. Like, I'm looking at both of you at the same time, so I can't like. Not that I would do anything.
No side eye, honey. No side eye.
Not that I would do anything anyway. She saw it there too. Okay. We may have to change that up. Okay, so back to the
chat.
Yeah, no, back to our regularly scheduled comments, and we'll get if you have questions or comments again. I'll say it again. You can direct them to @WonderWife. She is the everyday wife. She's moderating she's managing, watching the chat for me, because I can't look at you guys and read your chat at the same time. So if you have a burning question, shout it out to her, or because she's human and fallible. If you really, everybody's fallible. Everybody's fallible. Or if you really want your comment to just shoot to the top where I'll be able to see it because it will catch my eye, you can always do a super chat if you wanted to. Okay, so next up. So I mentioned we tried doing a meetup in Ohio when we were there. It kind of fell through because of snow. We are doing a meetup for the Southeast United States. If you want to show up, we're going to do it on January 27th, which is a Saturday. I don't exactly know where yet, but it will be in the Georgia, Augusta area. Or if there's somebody that wants to, like, we can meet in, I'm not sold on a physical location yet, but it will be on January 27th. Worst case scenario, it'll be in the Augusta region. So if you do want to show up, just come hang out, fly some drones, have some fun. It'll be on January 27th. Maybe it could also be like a 10,000 subscribers meetup because we're getting like 200 a day right now. When math means 200 times 5 is 1,000 times 10. Yeah, we could be there. We could be there by then. We could be 10,000 subscribers by January 27th.
Of this month?
This is January.
This year?
This year.
Wow.
I don't think that. So you always got to be careful when you're like. So everybody talks about. So this is some YouTubeness. If you're running a YouTube channel, YouTube does this all the time. You're always up. You've always got peaks and valleys, and it's really good when you're on the peak because you're like, oh, the channel. I'm gonna be the next. I don't know, whatever, some huge tech channel, or you're just gonna be the next like person that people are going to talk about, that like a Peter McKinnon who goes from 0 to 1 million subscribers in a year. But then you don't know that you're like on the peak and you like then hit the valley. So I assume we're on the peak. We'll probably hit the valley. So I don't think we'll keep the momentum we're going, but I just enjoy doing this. That's the best part. That's the best part. Dawson James, what is my favorite practical real life use of drone footage? I mean, I just like it because it looks cool. I think I'm 34. I spent 33 years of my life seeing everything from like ground level. And now I can like in 2 minutes just send up a drone and just see a view of the world. Because everybody likes to fly, right? But I guess when you say practical, probably none. I guess if I was to... if I was to get lost in the woods, mountain biking or something, I could throw up the drone and find my way out. Because that's one of the things, before I started the YouTube channel, I was doing a lot of adventure races and stuff. And orienteering is an awesome skill. But sometimes you're in the woods and you're like, oh, I have no idea where I'm at. Man, it would be so great if I could actually take this map and actually see where I'm at. So you could take a drone, throw it up and be like, oh, hey, here's where I'm actually at. There you go. Practical use. Boom. Dropping the... Where's the knowledge bomb? Where's the knowledge bomb?
Taking a sip of Powerade. Hang on.
Knowledge bomb.
Oh. What an innovator. Thomas Gerda says he uses it for engineering mapping.
No, Thomas Gerdes has sent me. Thomas Gerdes has started doing some, like he was saying, mapping for his company. He sent me some of the slides that he does for that. That's just nuts too. Like, I think, like I've said before, drones are changing the world. Whether you're part of whether you enjoy flying them or not, like whether you know it or not, the world is being changed right now because of drones, and it's really exciting. I'm excited about it because you either got to be able to. It's kind of like the artificial intelligence and I guess all of the cutting edge technologies it's going to change. Like there's I guess we're in the duality of man kind of moment where it's like no matter what happens, mankind will move forward. And so you got to have like your hands around it or it will leave you behind. I mean, it will.
Stan Cook says he's getting into search and rescue with the local fire department.
That's really awesome, Stan.
That is sweet.
That is pretty awesome. I think that's another good thing. Like I was saying, you know, if you're lost in the woods and you have one, you can send it up, you can find, or somebody else could do it. That's one of the things where we see a lot of YouTube videos. We're like, oh, looks kind of cool, but it really changes like a lot when it comes to what is over that ridge. Prior to that, in almost the entirety of human history, in the last, 40, 50, 60 years, maybe you could get a helicopter to go check it out. Okay, hey, helicopter goes, checks out, whatever. But now, like, an individual person can send up a drone. Oh, hey, in real time, here's what's over there. It is amazing. Like, I'm gushing a little bit because it's just amazing.
Suzanne wants to know what's a great starter drone.
What is a great start? That's a great question. That's a great question. My recommendation would be the DJI Spark. But in all seriousness, I'm a huge fan of the DJI Spark. I have obviously made a video where I publicly state that I think it's the best drone of 2017. What was that one?
That was write it down.
Oh.
Ding, write it down.
But if I would say any GPS drone, to do your first drone, my thoughts are, I know a lot of the popular wisdom or a lot of the popular is get like the most basic tiny drone you can get and learn how to fly it. I like GPS drones because the drones are two parts, right? Flying the drone and then using the drone for photography, videography, stuff like that. If all you want to do is fly a drone around, just go get a $30 drone and just fly it around, your house or your neighborhood or something. It'll be a lot of fun. But if you want to start doing video or photos, I definitely recommend some kind of drone with GPS that has a gimbal. It doesn't necessarily have to be a DJI drone. However, the DJI drones are the ones that are just amazing. My favorite being the DJI Spark. Well, my recommendation for beginners to be the DJI Spark. My favorite is the Mavic Pro Platinum, but they're just great. Or a Phantom 3 Standard is really great. You can find those refurbished or used on eBay for dirt cheap. I mean, it's really easy right now to get into it without having to spend like $1,000, $2,000. It's a great time. It's a great time for everything. I think I mentioned this in my GoPro follow-up video. Like all of these technologies, I think we're coming at obviously, well, not obviously, but things in life I consider life to be a pendulum, right? So things swing back and forth, and you'll come over like hills and valleys. And right now we're kind of coming over like a hill coming up. Whoa, sorry, my light's kind of like, but we're coming over a hill where like a lot of this stuff that 2 or 3 years ago was just like crazy expensive now is becoming affordable, and like cell phones, drones, all of that stuff is just really becoming affordable now. This is the time. This is absolutely the time. And yeah, new cutting edge stuff will always come out, but something that I've noticed just in running this channel, and I hadn't really noticed before, but like tech is so good right now that if you can get something maybe just like a generation old, this is stuff that I would have thought was the absolute future when I was a kid, and it's very reasonably priced right now. So it's seriously great. I can't say it enough.
Charlotte says she used the Spark that she bought because watching the channel to survey a jump that she was going to go on when she was skiing to see like what the drop was.
Wow, that's really cool. So of the places we could be moving, I'm really hoping to move to a place with skiing, so that I can do the same. But that's awesome. That's what like. That's so cool. Like before, you would have had to have physically like walked over there, and now drones are just so great, so great.
Ask us if we've ever skied.
I've never skied.
No, that would be like skiing follies.
But
you have enough cameras.
I have what is it called?
Snowboard?
No.
Toboggan?
Glissade. I used to do when I lived in the Pacific Northwest, I did a lot of mountain climbing. Is it glissade? I think it's glissading. It's where you basically, it's not skiing. Well, it's skiing with your butt where you just like slide down the mountain. So much fun. So much fun.
You should post you have a video of that. You should share it.
I don't have it. It's somebody else's video.
Really?
Yeah, it's not mine.
Oh.
I didn't have. This was the time where like GoPro was like the peak. I think we talked about this last week, where I really wanted to get a GoPro and then I couldn't because we couldn't afford it. But a buddy of mine had because this is before cell phones really had good cameras, but good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so we talked about the meetup. I like to talk about what the next reviewing the cheapest is going to be. It's not kind of a surprise because I showed you guys both last week. But reviewing the cheapest this coming up week, the Snopa N1 gimbal. I'm really excited about this because what are you doing?
Well, I got excited to push a button.
Push a button.
But here's what you need to say. You need to say, coming up this week on reviewing the cheapest.
Coming up this week on reviewing the cheapest, the Snopa N1 cell phone gimbal.
Well, you know how good I am at drum rolls. I just got excited that I don't have to pretend anymore. That would be my favorite.
Well, thank goodness. Thank goodness. We obviously reviewing the cheapest this week kind of fell flat on its face. That was terrible. Dude, I mean, so angry about that. Like that drone just like get out the house, go fish. Thanks for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. Hope you have a great night. But yeah, so we're going to check out the Snopa M1 camera gimbal. I'm really excited about this one because it's different than all the other it's set up differently than a normal camera gimbal like the DJI Osmo Mobile, the Smooth Q. So I'm hoping that because this is set up differently, maybe it will actually work with my iPhone because the rest of them don't really want to work with my iPhone. So this, and then I'm also going to give a little bit of a sneak peek. So I've got everything came in for the big 1 year video. So reviewing the cheapest, not next week, but the week after that for my 1 year on YouTube video, we're going to do so Monday's going to be obviously reviewing the cheapest. Wednesday's going to be the 1 year video that I talked about. But the reviewing the cheapest that week is going to be.
Oh, okay, here it comes.
It's going to be like it's going to be a $75 full YouTube studio setup. Why did you laugh? That wasn't a funny.
Oh no.
That wasn't a funny.
I'm just learning. It was supposed to be this one.
Well, I was hoping for like a. Is there a gasp? Is there a gasp?
Hold on. Okay, gasp. I think it's this one.
Okay, try it.
It's like the scary face.
Nope.
Oh shoot.
Okay, the
what
moment
about
is.
This one. So it's a $75 value.
Yep. Okay.
I don't know. That's all we got.
So I'm basically gonna recreate the conditions of my very first YouTube video, but I'm gonna use what I've learned in the last year, and it should turn out really great. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take that $75 setup and I'm gonna give it away. So we're gonna do it like the giveaways we normally do here, but I'm gonna help out one burgeoning beginning YouTube creator. You're gonna basically get all the same gear that I had when I started out, and there will be some one-on-one instruction if you need some help, like starting a YouTube channel or filming with it in the beginning. It's not anything fancy, but it's good enough that you can actually get some incredible videos. Not like my first videos that are terrible. And we're gonna find out in 2 weeks because we're gonna see them. They're hidden now, but we're gonna see them. But actually, and this is kind of funny. This may be a reviewing the cheapest if I ever forget about it. So I was on Twitter. Well, you guys couldn't see it. It was too fast. So here. So this looks like something. This looks like something that you can't see. It's too washed out. But anyway,
Washed out.
it's a.
Hold it back, maybe by you.
Can you see it from there?
I don't know. I can't see it on my screen. What does it look like on yours?
Hold on. It's part of having a.
A light.
Yeah, a ring light is kind of here. Let's drop it. Whoop, maybe that'll help. Here you go. There you go. Okay, so it is basically like a cheap AirPod.
It's a knockoff AirPod.
It's a knockoff AirPod. But I bought this and I was like, man, this is going to be the best reviewing the cheapest ever. But hold on.
Okay, wait. Do I have a surprise one?
Do you? Because on that picture you just saw, how many headphones were on that picture you guys just saw?
How many headphones does a person require?
How many ears do you have is the better question.
Oh,
here's
deep.
Here's what comes in the box.
Uno.
One. So.
Okay.
So that might be like a just like a funny video we do in the future, but that was so funny. I had to share that with you guys because that was hilarious.
Because when it shows up and there's only one in the box.
It showed up and it was just funny when it showed up because it took me totally off guard. And Stan Cook, you're right. I guess I am only wearing one. So I guess if you're doing a YouTube live stream, you only really need one. I normally have two in at a time when I'm like actually listening to music and not monitoring audio, but
yeah, you are getting called out about. There's only one in your ear. From
that's true.
Contact and Thomas.
Okay, hi
and
everybody.
Stan,
ha ha ha. See there's the other one. Ha ha ha.
Oh man. They want the Gore family wants to know what's the price for that.
What's the price for what? The one that only had
Solo.
one? It was like $19. Oh, and now messing with the AirPods. There we go. Just lost. Hopefully you guys are still there because I just screwed it up again. Oh, hold on. Of course I did. That's what I get for being funny. Okay. Hopefully that'll work out. Yeah, so I thought that was funny. I wanted to share it with you guys because that was so funny. Hold on, now you won't connect. Okay. Connect. There we go. Okay, and we're back. Okay, so we talked about reviewing the cheapest. Now we're going to talk about the Everyday Wife live streaming.
Oh, look. Y'all make me nervous.
You're going to be great.
Great.
You're going to be great.
I mean, right? Looking at a computer, laughing at all your comments, just like I'm doing.
And that's all you need to do. You'll be fine. You're a natural. She's a natural. 10,000 subscribers right around the corner, and you'll be fine. I have faith in you.
Do I have to wear a nerdy outfit like you?
It's not nerdy. This is very nice. This is very nice. It's not nerdy.
I'll have to go buy one. I don't own anything like that. Although, admittedly, I am wearing a Golden Girls t-shirt.
Yeah, that's like you've got room to judge.
It's funny. It's not nerdy. It's
like you've got room to judge.
It's funny.
Oh, and you just knocked over your mic.
I did. I was getting excited. Move my arm.
Okay.
If we're by each other with that ring light, and you know how we talk.
We won't be. We'll have two separate. We're basically going to be doing the same thing now. There's a camera facing me. There's going to be a camera facing you with your own ring light.
So that you won't hit me when you're talking because you're Italian. That could happen.
Yeah. But no, I've got all my space over here. Over here. That's one of the reasons we did this was I hated being trapped. My desk. So this is the same office that I've done everything in. But the desk that I was doing everything at was right over here. But I didn't like being trapped. I didn't like being trapped on it.
Okay, so there's a couple people in support. I like that. Gore family says my wife doesn't like to be on our vlogs either. Well, your wife probably can relate. We could probably be friends. It's just nerve-wracking because right now, just whatever I say is whatever I say. You don't see me saying it. You just hear me saying it. And
I see you saying it.
yeah, but it's different when it's on video because then you can go back and like scrutinize and just be like, what were you doing and why did you do this and look at your hair and why did da-da-da.
You can wear it.
So
You'll have to wear a
instead
hat
of
too.
A hat.
We're the everyday family. We wear hats.
Hats.
You've got Ohio State hats.
I know, but I wasn't planning to wear one.
Oh, that's what I would do if I were you.
Thomas Gerda says his daughter uses tripod and phone holder to make her own YouTube videos. I've never even attempted that. Now I do have I have a channel as a consequence of needing one to comment in the live chat, and someone did earlier say to subscribe to my channel. Please don't do that.
No, you should subscribe to the channel.
There's nothing.
There's
on
no
my
content.
channel.
There's no content though.
There's like I put a little like blurb because you had to put something on the channel for a concert I went to. So It's like I went and saw Lady Antebellum. Here's a little snippet, or maybe it was Darius Rucker. I don't even know, but I posted something so that I could comment in the chat. So there you go.
I think that is the longest she has ever talked in the live stream.
I think that's the longest you ever let me talk.
You want to get? Oh, you're gonna drop the.
I don't know which one should I do. We haven't hit this one yet.
That doesn't.
I don't know what it means.
That was like glass breaking.
Oh yeah. Well, I broke that glass, boy. I don't know.
Yeah, the Gore family. I was vlogging for a while. It did not go well with the everyday family, and it was just crushing me. I don't understand how people do. Hold on, this light is starting to drive me nuts. I don't understand how people. If you guys are daily vloggers, congratulations to you because I don't know how people do it. That's stressful. Crazy. It was super stressful, and there was just never like time for me. And I'm sure people are. What's up?
I'm sorry, everybody's saying. Jeff Baker and Bill Ricks, comment, like, and subscribe to the Wonder.
If you like the Everyday Wife, go ahead and click that like button. Also, or wait, I'm sorry. Well, if you
like what you see,
if you like what you saw, go ahead and subscribe to the Everyday, or go ahead and give the Everyday Wife a big thumbs up. Also, click that subscribe button on her channel.
Oh goodness, I'm getting my notifications are going crazy. You guys are.
We do. We do. She's on the live stream every Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Welcome to date night.
Well, hey, she's the everyday one.
Oh man, I don't know that I can have like an intro and outro like that, but I don't need it. That you do your thing. I'm just here to support. And people always ask this, like, he's the everyday dad, and why am I the everyday wife instead of like the everyday mom? I don't know, just happened that way, and just I didn't even notice it until people commented, like, why aren't you like the equivalent, like, to the male counterpart?
I mean, you could be. It's not that there's not. Since the channel's the everyday dad, everybody's in relationship, and I guess that's kind of like a backward way of thinking about it. But it was the way I say it, like the everyday kid. He's not the everyday son. He's just like the everyday kid, the everyday wife. It just started when there's no real like thought behind it.
No,
I guess do you want to be the everyday mom? You can be the everyday mom.
No, we'll just stay with how it is. It's fine. It's fine.
EDM, TEDM, TEDM. The everyday mom.
The Gore family says you should watch some other vlogs. The wives never wear makeup or fix their hair. You know, they probably have a little bit of grievances against whoever was filming them. Maybe their children, maybe their spouse. And they probably never watched the channel ever. Just in spite of it all. No makeup and I mean, I told y'all I'm not to put lipstick on for this.
Thomas, hey, thanks for coming out. We really appreciate it.
Oh, bye, Thomas. Thanks for making me laugh.
Shout out to all Australian followers. Good day.
Oh, yeah, we love our Aussie friends.
Oh, and it's 2 a.m. here in England. I'm impressed that you're still awake. Like 10 o'clock is my bedtime.
Yeah, we have Owen this week, and last week we had a Liam. Remember? We had a Liam from Bristol.
And Harry, I think is Harry TE here? I think Harry's also from England.
Yeah,
I think he is.
Right.
Okay, so I see we're kind of at the part where I'll do question and answer. So if you have questions, I'm going to be checking out the chat now instead of just chatting. So Nick W, I do edit with Final Cut Pro. I've had that's the one that I've currently ended up on. I started off with Windows Movie Maker. I moved to Cyberlink Pro Director. Then I was on Adobe Premiere Elements. Then I was on iMovie for the longest time. Now I'm on Final Cut Pro. I really like Final Cut Pro. Editing tips. I don't know that you want editing tips from me. I try to like cut out boring stuff. The biggest thing that I started off doing was all the ums and uhs, and like you can, especially when you use an XLR microphone, you can really hear the like you can hear the breaths. I try to cut those out too.
Contact SC wants to know what happened to your bike stuff, and Forrest Gump wants to know, when did you start your channel?
I started my channel in January of 2016. It's 2017, I'm sorry. It's already 2018. I started almost a year ago.
So coming up on your 1 year anniversary.
Coming up on the 1 year anniversary of the channel, or 1 year anniversary of the channel. It's blowing my mind. Blowing my mind. Somebody said something, what is the best camera for under $1,000? It depends on what you're looking for. I know that's a cop-out. That's totally a cop-out. But there's so many really good cameras out there. If you're trying to make YouTube videos, your cell phone. Until you start needing like a bigger sensor. So I did everything with a Panasonic Lumix G7 for a very long time. That sensor is very, very limiting. There are great Micro Four Thirds cameras out there. Don't get me wrong, like the GH5 is a fantastic camera. But I like a larger sensor because it makes it easier to get like a depth of field. So like kind of right now, you can see there should be a bit, because this is a very fast lens on this camera. So I should be in focus. The background should be out of focus. You'd see it more if this wasn't like right here. But I really like having a bigger sensor. I'm actually thinking about getting a full frame camera at some point in the future.
What happened to your bike stuff?
Oh, my bike stuff. I still ride my motorcycle. The problem is, if you're making a YouTube channel and you do a video about everything, if you do something about everything, your channel will never grow, unfortunately. YouTube, like I've mentioned this before, the land grab of YouTube is over. Like the first like people that got big doing everything, and that's great. I love the channels that people can do everything because they've already got the biggest. They've already got huge followings, but you kind of got to specialize a little bit. And I like specializing in tech, so I kind of gave up on the motorcycle stuff. I still will ride a motorcycle, or there will be the motorcycle in the channel, but it won't be a focus, and I won't be doing making videos about motorcycling again, just because I had to pick something, and I really like tech and gear more than I can talk about those more than motorcycles. And we were actually, the Everyday Mom and I were talking about this today at dinner. Like the big motorcycle channels, there's some really great ones out there. But it's hard to be a really like good big motorcycle channel if you're not doing like illegal stuff, you're not being a jerk. And I'm glad I landed where I'm at, because the drone/tech community is a much better community than some of the communities I was seeing prior to moving over here. So probably not too long story long, probably not too much more on the motorcycles. Owen, will I ever do another review on the Parrot Bebop one? I don't have the Parrot Bebop one anymore. The one that I had for that video actually had some cracked batteries, so I returned it. I no longer have a Parrot Bebop.
Charlotte Turner says she bought AirPods also, and she's going to exchange them because there was a seam on the left bud. It was uncomfortable. Did you have this problem?
No, that's one of the problems with the AirPods is I love these AirPods, but if they don't fit your ears, there's nothing you can do about it. Like some people love them, some people hate them because they don't fit everybody, unfortunately. I wish there was something that you could do about them. I haven't had any issues with them. I really like them. This one though, the one that I'm wearing now, the one in my left ear has like a hiss in it. So I think they're under warranty for a year after you buy them. So I will probably I'll not return them, but I'll probably trade it in exchange to get a fixed one, just so this hiss stops because it's kind of irritating.
Stan Cook says he got an iPhone because iOS works better with his drones. That's interesting.
Welcome to the Apple family, Stan.
Drink the Kool-Aid. Is that what you're trying to say? Let's see. Nick says he was filming skiing today and the quality looked pretty good. But when I was done, it looked grainy and not as high quality. I think.
We're using an action camera. Let us know, Nick, if you're using an action camera, because sometimes action cameras aren't the best. Marcus, welcome to the channel.
Let's see.
Yeah, so we're coming up on 55 minutes. We'll do another 5-10 minutes. So if you have any last questions before we call it, please just ask. I'm done with the I guess the regular stuff I want to talk about. The formal part's over. We're just hanging out. We're just hanging out right now. Yeah, Nick, I've heard some really bad things about the GoPro Hero 6 low light stuff. I don't really ever use it in low light, but if you're skiing, it wouldn't be low light. The GoPro, it's just tough with the GoPro. Like sometimes the GoPro can look amazing, and sometimes it looks like garbage. Like I want to like it. Like it's right here. I've used this camera's quickly becoming one of my favorite cameras I own, but it's just such a toss-up on how it's going to look. I use it for certain things, and I wouldn't use it for others. Like, the lighting's got to be perfect for me to really just, like, take it out. What else? Larry, I'm not a fix-it guy. Hopefully somebody, if somebody in the comments can help you out with that. I know we do have some people that build drones in the community. That's not me. I would just build something that I would buy something that works. Pipers, I actually do have an Osmo Mobile. It's in the actual studio. It's not bad. If you're trying to choose between, if you're trying to get a cell phone gimbal, I would probably recommend the Smooth Q over the Osmo Mobile for one big reason. And that's the charger that comes with the Osmo Mobile is so proprietary, you will never, ever find one if you're, like, on vacation. So, like, for example, we went on vacation. I brought my Osmo Mobile. I wanted to use it. I didn't have it charged all the way, but it's a 3.5 millimeter charger. Like, what? Like, there's no other thing that I own that it's such a dumb idea to have that. Everything else uses micro USB or USB-C. And so I would say Smooth Q, but I do like my DJI Osmo Mobile. I do have one, but the problem is I have an iPhone 7 Plus, which means it doesn't really work as well.
There's a question from CJ Hardy. On behalf of my dad, he would like me to ask you if Parrot Bebop 2 is a good deal or not.
I don't know how much is the Parrot Bebop 2. Look, the Parrot Bebop 1, here's the thing about Parrot. I think Parrot's they have, like, so Parrot does not do hardware as well as DJI does, but their, like, app is on fire. Like, it is amazing. Like, if you plan your stuff out, you can get incredible things out of that flight planner. I probably would default to a Spark if I was trying to spend that much money on something, but I have seen people really like the Parrot. I guess it just depends on where you fall in line on what kind. If you're a DJI hater, well, obviously then don't get the DJI. But I always kind of default to DJI because that stinks. I hate saying that I default to them because I've never had to deal with their support, but I've heard their support is terrible. And I hate when companies have terrible support, especially if you're a tech company. But their stuff's just so good.
Gore Family wants to know if you're going to that tech conference.
Oh, I wish. CES?
VidCon or something?
Oh, VidCon? Not this year. We don't know where we're going to live yet. I'd love to go. I think I'm going to start, as the channel's getting bigger, and obviously, I try to be a humble person. I'm incredibly awed and humbled that the channel's doing as well as it's doing. But as it gets bigger, I want to start interacting with, like, the YouTube community as a whole. I've started getting on, like, Reddit and helping people out as I can, but I'd love to go to VidCon next time I can, or that what's the one Daryl Eves does, Vid Summit. I'd like to start going to conferences for all that, especially tech ones, because I'd like to get right now I'm a reactive channel. I see stuff happens and then I go do it. I'd like to start going to conferences where I can know where things are coming out and get it out. But yeah, CES, I think one of my goals is 2019. I'm going to try to go to CES. I got to find somebody to like help me out there, because when I was checking for CES this year, it's like to be a solo or an influencer, you got to have like 1 million subscribers on YouTube. But that can't be true, because I see people in like my Twitter feed that are going that have way less than that. So, lucky me, 360 cameras. I'm not a big fan of 360 cameras. They're not there yet. I think they will be in the future. Like if GoPro can figure out what they really want to do with that Fusion, if they can deliver on what they say the Fusion can do, and drop it by like $200-300, that would be amazing. But $700 and it's not really fulfilling any of the promises they said. I don't know. Like 360 cameras are real hit or miss. Like you got to really like those tiny planets to do it. And tiny planets are cool for about like the first hour, and then they kind of like lose steam. But if GoPro can get it, and I know Insta360, their 360 camera, the 361, can do like that over capture thing that GoPro says. But if you can actually set the Fusion down and then afterwards take your phone and decide where you want that to be, like a 1080p image pulled out of that to legitimately be good, like to get a good 360 image to frame everything, that would be game changing, like legitimately game changing. However, they don't have it yet, and GoPro's promised a lot of stuff that they haven't delivered on, so we'll see. We'll see. All right, we're at an hour. We'll do 5 more minutes. Normally we do an hour. We'll do 5 more minutes if we're kind of like.
Yeah, everything's hooked up,
like going.
running.
Everything's
going. Knock on wood.
Everything. Thanks everybody. I'm really glad. Just can you guys let us know? Did this video work out? Is everything synced up? I had to like change up the audio because the audio wasn't synced up at first. So hopefully the audio is synced up. So let us know what you guys think about the new setup, because we put a lot of work into it. And I'm really, so I know I said I'm humble, but I'm in like, okay, I'm going to gush about being the everyday dad for a second. So 1 year ago, I was like watching, what was the guy's, I would love to shout that guy's channel out.
What? Tell me what is it
was
about?
the 3D printer one.
The Prusa one?
No, it wasn't that one. Hold on, we're just bear with me for a second. I do want to shout this guy, because without
Grab
this
your
guy,
phone. It's right there.
without this guy, I would not have a YouTube channel right now. But let me see. Hold on.
So you were just like one day just hopped on YouTube and looked up 3D printers.
No, it was my Monoprice 3D printer,
Okay.
and it was. Hold on.
So you just started like watching his videos and got inspired to buy one?
Yeah, I watched this guy's videos. Oh, shoot. What was his name? He did Life and Times of Tyler. That's it. Life and Times of Tyler. He only has 2,000 subscribers? I wonder if he's still making videos. But anyway, so this time last year, I was watching a video of this guy. He was explaining how to make... yeah, he hasn't uploaded a video in a year, so... but he was explaining how to set up the Monoprice Select 3D Mini, and I was like, dang... That's tough. And then I set it up and I was like, wow, this is really easy. I would also like to make YouTube videos. And I had never, ever made a video before in my life. And I've gone from that to what I think is a very like almost professional level broadcasting platform. I've got my, my wife, the everyday mom, is helping me out. And
I took a picture of the studio setup, and you can post on your Instagram.
Okay.
That way
we'll
people
do that.
Can just see what it looks like from behind the scenes.
But seriously, I want to thank each of you, because like without you guys watching and interacting, I would have had no like motivation or drive to like actually do this. And I'm humbled by every one of you guys. Like seriously, thanks to each of you.
Yeah, we love you guys. You guys are making me laugh, and I see Bill Utah's comment, so now we know who to blame.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes, Tyler, you have definitely spurred an entire upstairs hobby.
He's not here?
No, he's not.
Oh, I thought you were
But
like saying thanks to Tyler. I was like, holy cow.
You shout out. So, hashtag thanks, Tyler.
Oh, my light just died. The battery just ran out of my light.
Oh, I wonder what that meant.
Okay. So, hey, this light, if you're curious, if you get an LED light, it lasts about an hour.
And my alerts are going crazy because you guys are crazy subscribing to my channel of nothing. That's hilarious.
Rodney, I'm sorry.
No,
Rodney,
fine.
so I'm currently using OBS with a Blackmagic Studio Ultra Recorder Mini, and I'm using it through my Sony A6300. So how that took so long to set up today, but it's actually working out pretty well. Jeff Baker, I did get your message. Today I was kind of like backing off from social media because it's kind of like it's like absorbing my life. So I was trying to take a break, but I'll check out what you said and get back to you. Tomorrow's a filming day, so I got to film 3 videos tomorrow. So maybe not tomorrow, but as soon as I can, I promise. I promise. Okay, so we are at 105. Pete Peterson, it was tough. If you're going to make a YouTube video, if you're going to make a YouTube channel, you got to be ready to put a whole lot of work and effort and pride into something and then have nobody watch it. And
or have people say like mean things just cause.
Or have haters come out. You just got to steel yourself for it.
Like thick skin.
Yeah. Okay. All right, everybody. Hey, thanks so much for coming out. We love doing these live streams. I'm really excited. Maybe in the next couple ones, I'll have the Everyday Mom join me. She'll be on the Everyday Wife. Just like
kind of flowed a little better.
It flows way better. You're the person. Which do you prefer?
I'm the person.
Which do you prefer?
Well, I think everybody's been calling me like Everyday Wife. So
I'm just gonna say it's not a subservience thing. It's just easier to say.
Like Everyday Woman. You know, same acronym.
No, Everyday Wife.
W what?
Everyday Wife's just easier to say. That's what I go for. Easy. I go for ease of use.
The Everyday Boss, Mark Reed. Yes.
No,
you're right.
no, that is not. That's not true. But hey, everybody, seriously, thanks for watching. Love you guys. Love every single one of you. We'll catch you next week for our very next live stream. Have a great night.
Good night.